Hello. This video details some of my older research done in 2005 for my thesis work. The main idea here was to take components from role-playing games and incorporate it into a real-time strategy game via software engineering. I will not bore you with the software engineering facts, but basically it starts off with trying to be able to upgrade the character modifications. The player can name each unit, as seen here, and fully customize the attributes of the unit. This does not mean the player can change the graphics necessarily, but the player can change the attributes that affect the gameplay or the game engine. In this situation, we use attack, defense, speed, regeneration, rate of fire, and range, and weapons or items, as I'll explain later, as objects or components that the player can customize. After I select a Fuzz unit, you will see it's level 1. I can upgrade one attribute and I choose speed. Because of balancing issues, I had to make this upgrade a one-time only. Now once I choose my upgrade, I will go and try to kill this gremlin in the corner, and once I kill that, you'll see I gain experience. Also note that this is a demo mode, therefore my units will level up much faster than normal. Here you can see the Fuzz unit has leveled up. Once again, this is quicker than normal. The HP and magic is increased, and now I can pick another attribute to upgrade. In this case, I choose rate of fire. Base building is essential for real-time strategy games. Here I set up a three-tier system of building bases. I'm going to move this guy out, go kill this gremlin real quick. Now in the corner you see I have one building I can build, and that's the command camp, or the main camp. From this building I can build new units, a new basic Fuzz units. Once this building is completed, I can then build other buildings, as you'll see soon. Now there are two new components we had to add. One was group movement, which is a second tier requirement. Another one was monster respawn. Here you'll see the Fuzz units waiting for a monster to respawn. This was necessary because if all your advanced units died, your less experienced units would need a way to become more advanced. And so to incorporate this, you had to allow monsters to respawn on the field for lower units to advance. There you see the monster respawn. Now we have two class upgrades. The first upgrade you'll see here gives you 3 new classes, and the Fuzz can equip a new weapon. One soldier, wizard, and priest. Soldier gets speed, wizard gets defense, priest gets healing. Now once you see I upgrade these, their graphics do change, make the game more interesting. And like I said, these will kind of specify how the unit develops from here on in. So the priest heals, the mage gets a defense shield, and the soldier gets a speed boost. Here you'll see I'll try to equip a weapon, middle mouse or the button, but I don't have any builds, so that's the next section. Now, part of the game was to build weapons or items. In this case, we stuck with weapons. The mage hut builds the magic hat, the fire wand, or the frost staff. These are for the magic, the wizard, or the class 2 tier characters. The marketplace and the factory builds weapons for the soldier. Now notice that you cannot equip the wrong weapon for the wrong class. I try to equip the bazooka to the priest, does not work. I have to equip that weapon to the soldier class. I equip the appropriate weapon to the priest, and then I equip the magic hat to the wizard. So this instills and enforces class restrictions. Now a kind of unexpected bonus to doing this is we discovered using split screens, as soon as I enter this fortress, I can create another screen, and I can kind of change the game mechanics itself completely. I can go to a dungeon crawling environment. And I'm kind of surprised that this mechanism hasn't been explored more deeply by actual professional games. It did add a new dimension to the game, where you're off the field. By the way, if you look, the field is still moving. The bad guys will still attack you. The idea here was that you would go and get this gold key, and then you had to collect 3 of these keys to finish the game. Like I said, there was 3 dungeons. The second dungeon was kind of a ghost house approach. Here you see the Fuzz units forming up outside the house. Again, this is a demo version, so my units are a lot stronger than normal. Normally I need more than 1. Here you'll see that the enemies are more stronger and more difficult to kill, or would be more difficult to kill if it wasn't a demo mode. And we'll move along, and I'll show you getting the second key. Also, you notice in the outside map, the blue skull is currently in combat with the other 2 Fuzz units, demonstrating that the game does continue on even though you're inside the dungeon. That bubble you saw was a defense shield for the mage. There's the second key. I get that, and I proceed and leave the dungeon. Now, like I said, there were 2 tiered upgrades. The second tier stems only from the wizard class, and that's because the wizard class itself was not that strong, but allowed you to get 2 more classes that were much stronger. Here you see the fire mage is the first of the second tier upgrades. It can equip a new weapon, it has a high attack, and its special ability will summon a fire elemental. The next one we have is a frost mage. This one is the most powerful unit in the game. In fact, it was probably too powerful. It has the highest attack, and its special ability will shoot frost attack in every direction. Now at this point my units are very powerful and in fact overpowered. There you see the fire elemental being summoned. Because it's a demo, they're much more powerful than they normally would be. These are actually the most difficult enemies in the game to kill, so it would not be this easy normally. There's the final dungeon of the pyramid. I used a role-playing game engine instead of the real-time strategy game engine for the back end of the system, and that was kind of a mistake because that meant that low-level units were of no use. Whereas in a real-time strategy game system, my low-level units would still be able to do some damage, but just slightly less useful than a high-level unit. It was a special character, so I had a star on it. Here you see the Frost Mage single-handedly taking out the last dungeon and getting the last key and winning the game. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you liked it.